Make it happen.
And go.
Self-proclaimed Renaissance man. When I'm not in the studio, I'm diving into my hobbies and exploring many interests. With that comes my first on the Slam Show. Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the Slam Show for July 18th. 2016. I am your host, Slam and Sam, coming at you on a very cool Monday night here in Oakland, California. Thank you very much for tuning in. And this particular show is sponsored by Kinders and Martinez, and they hooked up the good eats. And ladies, did you grab anything?
Yes.
No, not yet?
Not yet.
All right.
will
You guys
now.
ain't taking
On the
shit
way
home.
out, you know?
None of this raw-owned Filipino bringing stuff home. You're going to have to
we
eat
had
it here.
just eaten.
Really?
Sorry.
Where'd you guys eat at?
I'll eat it. It's okay. I'll
At
eat it.
home.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I should have told you that
Sorry.
we do have it catered. So my bad on that.
Well, that was
Yeah.
very nice.
Second
of
dinner's
you.
okay.
Yes, but thank you.
We
Yeah,
can do-
because
we can
Oh,
do
ladies,
yeah, on the way.
You're right.
Yeah.
you guys are
Dinner's fine.
Filipino. You're always hungry. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Kinders from Martinez. Props out to Captain Fantastic over in Florida, hooking up that with our source over at Martinez. All right, guys.
Thank
Joining
you,
me
Anders.
tonight is our special guest. They have been involved in the music game since the late 90s, and they have new material coming up. We're going to talk about that a little later, but let me have a chance to introduce themselves. You guys go ahead and just roll with it, starting with you.
Hello, my name is Monica.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Hello, I'm May.
And they are One Voice, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
clap for myself.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And much props to Curtis and DJ. They were able to make it happen and have
Thank you.
just the ladies all informed, ready to go. And without them, there is no One Voice. So you got to give them props big time.
We're
Wow.
excited
Thanks,
to be here.
guys.
So before we go into anything, be sure to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. We are actually live on Facebook Live. So if you're having trouble with the regular stream, you could jump onto my profile at Slam and Sam Maxian or Sam Maxian and be able to watch it from afar, because we had to back up the camera a little bit so everyone could be in the shot, because you don't want to see me the whole damn
This
time.
is a good distance. I like this distance.
Is it?
Yes.
Can you flip off the camera?
Really?
Because
Why would I do that?
yeah, because you want to
No.
be a little aggressive. No, just kidding. But yeah, just follow us on social media, and we'll be all good with all the connections and being able to find out all the new music that's coming up from these young ladies.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'd like to also announce this Saturday, July 23rd, I'm going to be DJing a fundraiser over in Brentwood, California for the Heart of a Hero event. It's all ages. Come out there, check out Spider-Man and other cosplay players. There's going to be raffles, a lot of good stuff. It's free. Come on out. It's over at 3860 Balfour Road over in Brentwood. So definitely come out and support. Be sure to check out Heart of a Hero on Facebook, or just Google it, and all that information will be brought up real easily. Okay, let's go ahead and roll into our interview segment. These ladies, I've been supporting ever since day one when I was doing the mix shows over at KSFM 102.5 in Sacramento, playing their up-tempo remix of When I Think About... Is it When I Think About Me?
When you think about me.
When you think about me. It's just that whole like cool sentence. It's just I sometimes get kind of boggled by it, because it's overall it's just a cool freaking song, and they're here to talk about their new project and new tracks, new everything. But we're gonna back up and get into the history of One Voice, because there's always an origin story, and I like to go through all you to find out how'd you guys get started in just singing in general. Monica?
Well, singing has always been a part of my family. Growing up, we had the laser disc. I think that was the first
Laser disc.
karaoke.
Not bad.
Mhm.
I thought you were going to say VHS.
Well, yeah, we had all
had
that,
that
but in
too.
terms of actually singing into a microphone, it was the laser disc.
Awesome.
Right? And even prior to singing at home, like I just grew up to music always being played around the house.
Mhm.
So I remember hearing Lionel Richie. My dad had all kinds of like different genres of music on record. So it was my duty to turn the record over.
That was your job.
That was my job.
They're like,
yeah.
Monica, you do that.
Yeah, turn the record over.
I'm singing Monica. You need to right? Like your dad. I can imagine
doing
your dad.
chores. Like music always had to be on around the house when we were doing chores. It was just a thing.
It was
It
religious.
was a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Marie,
Yes.
yes. How did you get started?
You know we're
Let's see.
sisters, right?
I kind of see the resemblance.
So we actually didn't have. I think we were the only Asian, if not Filipino, family that did not grow up with a karaoke system. Which
What?
is so weird.
You are damn for life.
But our dad would blast the music on like weekends, like really early, just to wake us up to get us out of bed. It would be Mozart or it would be the Beatles, which was cool. We grew up to that. But my most vivid, if I can trace back a time to when I remember like singing for real,
Mm-hmm.
in 6th grade, I believe our teacher was finished teaching her lesson like earlier than she thought,
Mm-hmm.
and she was trying to figure out what to do like for the rest of the class.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, you know what, I'm gonna have you guys sing. We're gonna play music. We're just gonna sing. And so she kind of forced us to sing these songs, and my whole class at the time became really musical, and we actually enjoyed it. And that's the last time, or like the first time I remember like really singing with other people, and like with feeling. So, yeah.
Gotta have feeling.
Cool. Yeah.
So she obviously has some repressed memories too, because
What? I was like, no, it was an enjoyable experience, but I just thought it was funny. Like, you're gonna sing today. I don't care what you think. You're singing.
she skipped a big
St.
part of our
Catherine's.
childhood.
If you guys don't notice
Ladies
this,
and
ladies and gentlemen, they are sisters. So they have similar history, but it seems like Marie has a little bit more to add on.
Why was there? What did
Well,
I mean,
okay.
obviously we sang at a young
We're gonna
age.
start yelling over each
Blah
other.
blah blah blah
Right,
blah blah blah.
No, but okay. But music is always like she said. Our dad would like blast music every morning. Like
Mozart.
yeah,
That's pretty
Beethoven.
neat. Or the Beatles.
Beethoven. I'll
That's
tell you,
pretty neat.
Beethoven. Can you imagine waking up to Beethoven?
Yeah, I thought
every
it might be the Bee Gees or something.
Oh, he played the Bee Gees too.
Okay.
Okay, but
The Eagles.
they made us play instruments when we were children.
But he asked about singing, not playing instruments.
But this is where the musical influence comes in, right?
Good point.
So, I think Marie was 3 when she started her violin lessons. First recital was 3, right? So music was ingrained early on. Like our parents planted those seeds young. And I feel like me personally, why I started singing is because our mom, she used to drag us to church every Sunday. And what do you do when you're a child sitting at church? What do you don't understand what's going on.
Right.
You're bored. Oh, yay, music. Yeah, I get to sing something I can enjoy. It's like, all right, I'm just going to go to church because I get to sing. Yay.
And maybe I don't remember that because I didn't enjoy it.
There you go. That's why it's repressed.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
So there was a lot of instruments going on when we were children. Marie had her violin. I started the piano when I was 5.
Our brother played cello.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And during
They were a
family-
band.
I don't know.
Just a full band
Like
when they were
Filipino
3 years
families,
old.
if you got like some musical talent, you are going to be put on the spot.
That's
Yes,
right.
Every
Yeah.
party,
Oh,
doesn't
God.
matter how many people are there, you're going to put on a show.
You got to.
Yes.
You got to represent.
And so there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
Cello or violin,
Mhm.
piano, and our brother was a cello. And yes, we would be like a family band.
Awesome.
It was an awesome.
And
Fun.
is
We
he?
Yeah,
mi-
it
we
was
might have been
awesome
bribed
too.
with chore money
Chore
It's like
money.
to actually play. Like okay.
Like what? $1?
Oh God,
$5 bucks?
No, I wouldn't get
remember.
up for less than 20.
Wow. You were hustling back then.
Yeah, right.
That's
Pressure.
pretty
Like,
good of
but
you.
You know what? Okay, I have to add. Okay, to the church thing, it was the same thing with me growing up. Church, was a place to sing,
Mhm.
but I think we did a great job singing at St. Catherine's on Sundays
Yeah.
a cappella. I think that's
Oh,
when we
wow.
really came together and just kind of found our niche.
So
That's
yeah, we
how
went to the same
started,
elementary
was in the
school,
church.
and
Okay.
that's yeah.
Yes.
All
And it
right.
wasn't just
That's
us
how we
too. It
came
was with other
together.
people
There
as
was
well.
a lot of other people that were
Yeah,
were
and they
part of
all
that
like to
journey.
harmonize. They all
Yes.
like we kind of had the same interest in music, and and we would rehearse right before service started, and it was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you guys, like you said, were ingrained early on to make music a part of your life. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, as far as the group is concerned, did you guys already know each other, or was it formed in a different way? Talk about how that came together.
So we actually sang together a lot at church, right? There was a youth mass, and we were like, okay, let's all go. It's fun. I mean, these two were in the same class, so they knew that they had, chemistry while singing.
Gotcha.
Right. And there was a lot of kids that were just really interested in getting up there to sing together. And it was fun because we would go caroling in the Christmas time,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was so
Right.
fun.
We really used to knock on people's doors.
And you guys are
And
from what city?
carol.
So this is from Vallejo and
Okay.
St. Catherine's. We pretty much
St.
built the youth
Catherine's.
choir there.
Gotcha.
Right? Like
Yeah.
we were the pilot program for the youth choir.
Mm-hmm.
And there were just so many people that were like, I want to get involved in this. And then when they, I don't know, how old were you guys? 13, 14? When you guys got to high school, right?
15.
No, for when you guys met Melissa. And
15. Well, I was.
Yeah, we were 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
sing at all the recesses and annoy everybody.
Wow.
Because for us, that was what was fun for us. So
Yeah.
that's what we would do.
Yeah, keep you out of trouble.
And well, how much trouble could we
We're
get
always
into?
good.
You have that look like we still get in fucking trouble regardless. It don't matter.
We went to Catholic school. We were always good.
In our uniforms, and we were all confined
Exactly.
inside this.
that's
little-
my story, and I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Church. I would say we all started together.
Okay.
A
So
cappella in church. Yeah.
Yes.
that's great. That's
Yes.
great. Now, how did it become like a development in terms of being able to focus into your adult years and saying, okay, let's go ahead and do this professionally and try it out? How did that come together?
We enjoy just getting together and singing. So, was it our freshman year? We started doing college events,
Gotcha.
Little.
When you were a
Filipino-
freshman in high school.
We were freshmen.
No, okay, so you're missing. Remember,
Okay, you're going back. Okay.
All right.
taking it
Repressed
over.
memories, ladies and gentlemen. They're fixing it up right now.
We forgot about the repressed memories. So,
Hashtag repressed memories.
hashtag.
That was what was memorable to me. Castle on a Cloud. That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Or
that.
does it go before that? Are you going before?
Let's go to
Castle on a
commercial.
Cloud?
I think I should have been a little bit more flexible, ladies and gentlemen, with the no drinking policy here because
no.
it is.
So to piggyback off what Monica said, on top of singing in the halls, harmonizing, annoying everybody,
Yeah.
being oblivious to everyone's criticisms, by the end of our freshman year, there was a talent show, and one of our classmates was on the student council,
yeah.
and I think she
know
had, I think every class had someone representing them, but our freshman class didn't,
Uh-huh.
and so she, I don't want to say begged us, but she pleaded with us like a few days before the talent show. Can you guys just sing, please? Like, we have no one representing us. And so we got together, we picked a song that we all liked, and then we sang in front of all the seniors. We were like terrified, like smack dab in the middle. And we were just standing there super stiff.
It was in the gym,
Like, we
but
sang a
those
song.
acoustics were
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah,
We're
they
like,
tend to
oh
be.
my God, it
Yeah.
sounds so. It
So-
actually sounds good.
What song
Yeah.
was this?
It was
Castle
on a Cloud from Les Miserables.
Okay.
Yeah.
So super simple, great
Yeah.
harmonies, very eerie.
Yeah.
And so after that, everyone really liked it and considered us a group. Like, oh my God, you guys should totally get serious. So
And that's
then
the way she sounded.
and then fast forward to what Monica was saying. Yes, we did a few college shows because people connected us with people. And that's how Curtis discovered us at UC Davis.
Gotcha.
And he was like, do you guys need representation? And then a few years later, we just kept in touch. And we weren't really serious at the time. We were like,
Right.
We're just doing this for fun.
Yeah, he
but
just
let's
planted
keep
to
it-
see that he's out there.
Exactly.
We had so much fun, getting in Melissa's mom's white Volvo.
Do you remember back in the days when there
And
were all those
driving
talent
too.
showcases all over the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Yeah, like at Ohlone College, at DVC.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right down the
Line
street.
tricks,
Hella old and-
Kenai.
Okay, so you guys frequent
Filipino-
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so by the time we hit senior year, I think we kind of took a little bit more seriously. And that's when we had put out All Day All Night And then after that, he was like, hey, record another single, When You Think About Me. And then we went on to do the album. And then the
There's
rest
a
is
song
history.
after
Yeah, see, you guys have
See?
such a big library of songs. I totally forgot about All Day, All Night. And that was the first one that you guys put out.
Yes. And that's the one that people did cha-cha remixes to.
I remember driving over to Travis Air Force Base for my 18th, my cotillion.
There you go.
rehearsal,
Yeah.
and
man.
hearing the song for the first time on the radio. Oh my God, that was like the coolest feeling ever.
Was it the cha-cha version?
No. Chewy Gomez just played the raw, simple, all day, all night version
Yeah.
that's on the album, and it was so unexpected, but
Yeah.
I still remember exactly how I felt.
It's just a wonderful feeling when you're hearing your
Yeah.
music on the air. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like we might have met you at one point at one
Possibly.
at one of these showcases.
See, and that's the
Yeah.
thing
You know?
that I was discussing with Curtis. Curtis is the CEO and owner of Kamikaze Records, the one that makes everything happen for these ladies. And it's funny because during that period, I was really doing a lot of remixes and productions for a lot of Bay Area acts. And it's funny that I've never was contracted by Curtis. It's his fault. Don't blame me because I always try to put
Curtis.
myself out there for work. But we could still get things going now since I have the acapella of the new track. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, as far as being able, I mean, I'm sure we've come across at some type of import car show.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe you had like blonde hair, spiky.
I did have all that. I did have all that. It was blonde hair. It wasn't like the, what do you call it? What's that? The
Sun-in?
tips. The tips.
oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pure blonde. So, yeah, I
You
was getting down
platinum?
like that.
Like almost platinum, maybe.
Yeah, I gotta look at the old pictures. It's probably there somewhere. So, as far as the name One Voice, how did that come about? Who created
you
that?
say it.
You want to tell that story?
Because it's
Well,
pretty simple, but yet it's
Yeah.
effective.
I remember. Do you remember?
God, we had the hardest time
Do you remember what
figuring
year
out
it
what a
was?
good name would be for us.
Was that
But we
1994?
were, I don't even remember what year it was.
96?
We were practicing
For someone's cotillion.
Always for
in
those
a
debuts.
garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very memorable. Our senior year, lots of cotillions, and we were just singing in a garage. And again, like the acoustics were awesome.
It's you and the acoustics, man. It has to be right.
It has to be right.
And ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're gonna test
Yeah.
those acoustics a little
are no
later.
acoustics
So
In the
here.
bathroom.
That's exactly where we practiced, in the bathroom.
That was the best place to practice.
there you go.
But yeah, we were singing, and then we were also kind of talking about like we don't have a name for ourselves yet.
No, we were brainstorming. We were like writing stuff down.
So what were the names kind of thrown around?
Oh my
I don't remember.
Repressed memories, I tell you.
God.
Here we
I don't
go.
remember that part. I don't
We
remember
actually-
that part.
Hashtag
Well,
repressed
no,
memories.
no, it's just been deleted completely. Like I'm not repressing it. It's just gone. Like eternal sunshine.
That's some pretty crazy shit you just said. I'll let it go. Anyway,
I'm just being honest.
so yeah, I mean, how did you come up with the name?
Okay, so I'll continue the story. So then our choreographer.
Is there an X involved? That's why you guys are hesitant.
No.
Okay,
not at all.
because it's like you
No,
guys
no,
are
no, no.
struggling with trying
You have
to.
to go
You
back
don't
into the
understand how
archives and
how
remember
long
Yeah.
ago this
how
was.
to put it
No.
together.
So like she said, we were taking advantage of the acoustics in the garage after we were like taking a break from the choreography for the cotillion, and the choreographer heard us sing a few notes in unison, and she said very casually, "You guys sound like one voice when you guys sing." And then right when she said that, we're like, "Oh my god,
You're like,
finally!"
That's it.
Oh my God!
Like,
There's
oh my
about
God.
20 million groups with the same name. That's not gonna
Not
work.
at the time. Not at the
well,
time.
actually, there was I think at the time there,
there was a Christian group.
named One Voice. Oh
See?
my god, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty
You're
dangerous
right,
because
you're
you don't
right.
want people to get that
There was
misconstrued.
no internet back then. Like, we couldn't look that up.
That's true. That's
We
true.
couldn't, but
You don't
what
have that
has-
bad of a
there was no
memory.
I think
May.
Tevin Campbell had a song called One Voice, or at
Yes,
least he had
no,
the
one song.
one song, but he
One
said
song.
he says one voice in the song.
Fuck, whatever happened to
Yeah.
Tevin Campbell? Golly, he was the bomb, wasn't he, for a
Yeah.
little bit?
Red, you know
He
I'm
was.
ready to love you too. I love that
Yeah,
song.
Is he like our age? How old is he?
Probably like he's like
I don't know,
20
I'm
he's
not
23, right?
Let's not talk about age.
I don't know about age, but
think
I'm
he's
29. I
23.
don't know what you guys are, so I'm good.
All right, I'm really 47.
Looking like
Damn,
12.
girl, you look good.
Okay, so
Botox.
a third party
kidding.
friend, basically
Claire.
Claire, props out to Claire,
Thanks,
named
Claire.
the group One Voice.
Claire,
And like
And
as far as we knew, that was a perfect name for us
Claire Bear.
until we signed with MCA,
yeah,
and then
It turned
with
into
all
Voice
the copyright
5.
stuff, we had to change it, and and that was hard because we didn't want to like make it too different because we wanted people to still think of One Voice when they heard when you think about me.
Yeah.
So that if that clears up any of the confusion, that's why we went to Voice 5
It was.
when we signed with MCA.
Yep.
We
And there
needed
used to be
something
5
that
of us
sounded
at the
like
time, so it made sense.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
Voice.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And now you're back to One Voice, but the I is a 1.
Correct.
So
Correct.
there you have it.
Mhm.
So it's come full circle essentially.
Yes.
And as far as being able to have the music put together, you guys are working with multi-platinum artist James Early, and known as JE, phenomenal. Worked with Envo, with Hammer, with all that. How is it working with someone
Dope
with such?
bass player, by the way.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
could catch him playing at Yoshi's. Like
You're in
he's
Oakland.
Amazing. Yes.
Now, as far as being able to work with him in the studio, was it something that took some time to get used to, or was it just really natural? Like, this man is we're going to be doing the album for and make it happen.
He's the man behind the curtain. He's yeah.
I,
mean,
always feel like he brought out our best. We were most comfortable with him.
Mm-hmm.
And God, we met him when we were 15, 16 years old. You know, he's family to us. We would go to his place. I think our parents would make like pancit. We'd bring like food over. They'd make, we'd have tea together. We'd spend the whole entire day there.
That's
just
awesome.
Recording, and we'd talk in between. It wasn't like a hardcore session where, we did nothing but sing. No, we sang, we talked,
we hung out.
Drink wine.
out.
Not
No,
that.
we didn't do
At
that.
15,
I wasn't
no.
allowed to
No.
drink. back then.
See, that's the crazy thing. I'm scratching my head
remember that.
because you guys were still really young.
We were 15 and 16.
I'm
Oh,
freaking
but when
like
we were
freaking out
recording
right
with
now.
him, though, we were 18, I think, 17, 18, 19.
Were you guys legal
When
back
we were
then?
actually
I was
recording?
16 when we finished the album.
Yeah,
Oh.
May was a baby. I was 16 when I first started recording.
See, this is where my mind's blowing up right now because back then your imagery was that of like at least 21.
I know, and I look 12.
Didn't?
And
Really
I mean, it's part of marketing.
baby face.
It is marketing. Back then, like there was Destiny's Child, 3LW,
Oh, yeah, I
all
remember
those
those
like the girl groups.
It was a girl group era.
Black.
Yes.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Black.
Was the
We got to
girl
meet
group
Black.
era.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, we were
They're
starstruck
fun.
when we were out there touring with these great girl group singers. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was the era. Like,
Oh, it was a phenomenal time.
yeah.
Not just with the girl group in general with mainstream music, but here in the Bay Area with a lot of recording artists and just acts, especially on the Filipino and Asian side. It was phenomenal.
Oh, Jocelyn. I remember when she was blowing up. I mean, she was
Buffy?
paving the way. Buffy.
I was going to say Buffy. You beat me to it.
Kai.
Kenai.
Kai was like
Kenai.
our brother group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I could
still,
go.
I still refer to them as Apex. I don't know. I can't,
That's
like,
their other name.
Yeah, like their original name.
There you go. Put them on blast, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know, I love them.
Kai was Apex.
I love them. And then
That's a
they-
crazy
then
ass
they came
name.
6 Day. I'm kidding.
That's right. We're talking about the compilation now. We're going deep.
Oh yeah, but we made that journey with all those groups. Was it Drop in Harmony was up in there?
That's right.
Simple.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Simple.
isn't the lead singer the one that's married to Jocelyn Enriquez?
Yes.
Shoot.
Elaine.
My memories aren't
I
suppressed.
was
That's for damn
in-
sure.
I was in Texas and I saw a documentary and she was on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Jocelyn?
yeah. I was like, oh my god, I'm in Austin
it
and
called?
Jocelyn's on TV. I don't know. It was just random.
You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Probably,
sure of that.
probably.
They live there.
But yeah.
I think.
Yeah, they do live there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
We
getting.
used to get together and have the best jam sessions.
I bet.
Just get together. Somebody had a guitar. Somebody would just start singing a song. And then all of us would just,
And then
harmonize.
somebody's-
We'd go into our own notes. It was just automatic.
And then one day somebody started playing Air Supply and boom, always in my mind was born.
Lost in Love.
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. See, during that period, there was a lot when you guys were like really blowing up back in the late 90s. Again, a lot of the Bay Area Asian acts were making their moves. I was involved with a lot of the production work and the artists back then as well. But I give Kamikaze Curtis major props because not only that he was able to put together great compilations and great music, but just be able to sustain all the albums because to put an album together is so hard. And being a producer and label myself, just to have you guys do 5 tracks
It
is
was
just
Labor
freaking
intensive back then.
Yeah.
And Pro Tools wasn't really widely used at the time.
exactly.
So there's a
The,
lot of
the
work that went
recording
into that.
studio is a lot different than what it looks like today.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
I attribute that to James being able to knock out the music and do it right. Because a lot of stuff could come involved with a group, especially with distractions and relationships and stuff that could just sidetrack. Why are you looking at Monica for like that?
Oh, nothing. I know that was
Your eyes
not
went,
silent.
"What?"
I had wandering eyes. Right? We
twitching,
talked about
twitching.
this. Wandering eyes.
That's little
No.
twitch.
So,
Little,
so I'm sure it was challenging at the beginning because you guys are youthful and stuff like that. But you were able to put together, knock out these albums, and to steer the course. I give again props to Curtis and James for keeping you guys right.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? We were all in school when we were putting all this together.
That's right.
We were
Yeah.
all students.
Yeah.
And we would go on tour, we'd be on the road, and we wouldn't be out partying. We'd all be back in the room doing homework.
Yeah.
We,
You're
we
looking
were
at me with a straight
studying.
face. That's
we were
pretty impressive.
studying. We were studying. Like,
nothing.
Yeah.
So now it's all coming out.
It's like we did music and we did school, and those are our priorities. And then everything else.
You're
was
not
like,
freaking lying to me, right?
I'm not. Like, it's kind of like, hey, did you guys go party? I'm like, no, because I had to study for my exams.
I remember
Because-
like in nursing school,
Right.
in anatomy, me and my best friend, we went to the after hours. We'd go to where the cadavers were,
Mm-hmm.
and I would record her, and she'd point out all the parts of the body, and I took the video, and I don't know why, I had like a little miniature video camera player thing, and I would take that with me, and that's what I used to study because I mean
a
we'd go
camcorder.
travel
They
on
were
the
called
weekends.
camcorders back then.
Yeah,
you know,
camcorders.
Yeah, the big bulky one.
on
Yeah,
the what is
and
it, high
that's
8
and
video.
you know we'd have to be ready to go. Monday comes around.
Right.
We'd fly back sometimes Monday morning from wherever we were coming from.
I remember we
go
drove
straight to
from
school.
LA one Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
like super early in the morning, and I was at school at 8 a.m. after driving from a show
It's
in LA.
amazing.
Yeah.
See, that's dedication. Your academics came first, regardless of whether you had a great show or whatever. Part after party, because that's part of the niche. When a promoter gets you out there, it's like, okay, we booked you on this, but you're gonna have to show up at the after party club or whatever. Hey, that's part of the deal.
Right.
How did you work through that, or did you just make like a 5-minute appearance and head home?
I don't remember.
There we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It must have been the
I remember leaving right away after most shows.
We did. We didn't really get to enjoy
Yeah.
the places we didn't really get to
Not to,
see.
we couldn't drink back then either. You know,
We had a wonderful time without drinking. So let me just say.
Yes.
But
There you
we
go.
were always on the road, and we didn't have a lot of time. Like after our show, we'd literally have to get back in our rooms and get ready to fly out either that
Yeah.
night or the next morning. So
like we wouldn't even put pajamas on. It would just be like, okay, you got 3 hours, and then we're going to the airport. Like, okay, sleeping.
And you know
Wouldn't
what
wanna wear
blows
it
my
next day.
mind is I think Curtis, you were like 23 or 24 years old, traveling with 5 lovely ladies
what?
everywhere.
Lucky
at that,
man.
yeah, at that age,
Yeah.
he was responsible enough
See,
to
and
get us to from point A to point B on time. You know,
that's
Were-
very
were
admirable.
we on time?
Right
it
there.
was.
I think
yeah,
we were on time.
we were on time most of the time.
We were on time.
We were.
Yeah, we were.
Except
Maybe
for
one
Melissa.
of
She
us
was always the
wasn't.
straggler. Melissa was always
Yeah.
the last one out the door.
Yeah. No, we were good.
We love you, Mel.
No, we were disciplined in that sense. We would get to the show early, go to like the green room or whatever, just kind of just like prepare,
Yeah.
pray, do
Yes.
vocal exercises,
Yeah.
go on stage,
Eat
and
the
then-
food that's being prepared.
Yeah, and then afterward,
There
we
was
would
supposed to be
just-
food.
Whoa, we'll get into that in a
Whoa,
little bit.
there's Kinders.
Kinders and Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. No, but yeah, it's a great thing that we're talking about the touring thing because there's a lot that goes involved with that, and obviously being able to go and do the performance, but behind the scenes,
Oh man, we spent so much time in airports,
I'm sure.
layovers.
Did you guys ever do any like crazy road trips?
We did. I remember we drove to LA and
We did San
Curtis-
Diego a couple times
or
too.
San Diego. We went
From the
there.
Bay to
We
San
went,
Diego?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Curtis.
Did you guys rent
we
it
were
like a
speeding.
caravan or
We rented
something?
vans, white
Yeah.
vans.
You know, there was one time though we went to Texas
Mhm.
and we did Dallas, Austin, and Houston in the same weekend.
No, San Antonio.
Was it San Antonio or was it Houston? I don't remember, but I remember
I don't
driving
remember
all over
Dallas.
Texas one
That's
weekend.
awesome.
Remember Dallas.
And you guys drove
Yeah.
in Texas.
You know why I remember Dallas is because when we touched down and we left the airport, there were body bags at a gas station across the street. And this
Whoa.
is how I remember this trip.
Whoa.
My first trip to Texas, and this is what I remember. The body
Remember
bags.
that?
Yes.
Body bags. Was there
Happy
like a
thoughts.
crime scene that they just left like?
Yeah.
Un-
No, there were police there, but
Right,
you know,
right.
like, I guess there had
But that
been
imagery is
some
just stuck in
sort-
your head.
Yes, it's ingrained in my mind.
Golly. There you go.
I
Not a
remember.
repressed
I just
memory.
remember. Yeah. It's hard
So-
to forget
Trauma.
that.
I'm kidding.
So would you say that's one of the best tours you ever had? Were there any ones specific, like overseas, that
Well, there
you?
was a lot that we did because we would do radio shows all over, especially when we were with MCA,
Mm-hmm.
and they flew us everywhere. And this is the time when I was in high school. I had AP classes. I was living in airports. I almost didn't graduate high school because I was gone so much.
See, that's freaking
I
amazing.
took a semester off of nursing school because there's no way that I,
think
could
we all
have
took
done
a
it.
semester
Yeah.
off of school.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the youngest one here? Okay, by a lot.
No,
I am. Okay.
Because you're still on the high school thing while everyone's like talking about their semester in college.
yeah,
there.
no, I was
Roth IRAs.
Retirement fund.
AARP. That's hilarious.
Life insurance.
we're adulting now.
Goodness.
No.
We're adulting. I have 2 kids.
Do you?
Time just flew.
Oh, you have to guess our ages.
Oh no, I won't do that. That's very disrespectful for any young lady that's here on the Slam Show. So
Good answer.
Great answer.
Yeah.
so yeah, as far as being able to do the best like tour stuff, what just talk about like the best experience, like
I know
the
mine. And,
I know
and my
mine.
Okay, you
memory.
go first.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So it was Florida,
Okay.
Oh.
4th of July, floating stage. We had to take boats out to the stage, and there was 400,000 people.
what?
I mean, it
Throughout
it
the day.
felt-
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
Throughout
it
the
was.
day. I
400?
think there was
The
80,000
state- Oh, I thought it was
people around this lake when
140,000.
we were performing.
Yes,
80,000
because it was
when
a
we were performing.
whole. It was a whole day event type of thing,
Mhm.
and I
yeah.
just thought it was the coolest thing that you had to take a boat out to the stage,
Yeah.
and then that when we were performing, everybody was so far away, so it almost felt like we were performing for.
This is when O-Town was big.
the
Do you remember?
water.
Was it?
Oh,
400?
good old Town.
Was it 400,000?
And 98
I thought it was
degrees.
140,000.
98
Yes.
degree.
98
98
degrees is-
degrees.
Mhm, it's the boy band era. Too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I
And who-
remember Destiny's Child. I remember being. Where were we?
And this
at?
is-
That was mine. No, that's my memory.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
was all-
You can
okay.
share your.
Okay,
memory.
so
Yes.
July
my
4th
favorite.
in the Sunshine
That's my
State,
favorite one.
Yes.
and
So this one is equally traumatizing and equally amazing, and you'll see why. So this was in El Paso, Texas,
Mhm.
and it was actually when it was. So it was the same show that Destiny's Child performed at. We actually got to meet them in the hotel, which is awesome. We took a picture and everything. And this is when their song "Bills, Bills, Bills" was out.
That's right.
Super hot. And we get to the stage. It was actually a stadium, a radio show as well. And we didn't know that Destiny's Child was opening the show until we got there because they had to fly to Houston for another show. And turns out we were right after them. So we didn't know this till we got there. Like, oh, you're performing after Destiny's Child, and we like nearly shat our pants.
Wow.
Like, really? Are you serious? Like, are you serious right now? And we were just like, no way. And I'm like crying inside. Like, this can't be happening. So
So
they go on. We're like, yay, awesome. Now we have to go after you. Oh my God. So we perform like 2 or 3 songs from my album because that's what you do, right? And you're promoting your single, but you do other songs on your album.
yeah.
And the whole time we're trying to do our best with our choreography, sing the best we can, while people in the front are very supportive, people in the back are booing, throwing shoes at us. I think
You're
a person-
what?
Melissa
Really?
Yeah, with a
someone
water bottle.
lobbed an empty water bottle, like arced it, perfectly arced. Almost hit Melissa, but she dodged it in time. You know, she's athletic.
Kind of did. It was part of the dance routine.
Yes.
You know, and then finally we sing When You Think About Me.
Yeah.
The song comes on, and it gets louder, and the people that were hating on us, like, were like, whoa, that's who sings this?
Yeah.
That's
I
them?"
know that song.
And they're like, their
Yeah.
jaws drop, and they're like, oh, okay, we like you now. And so I'm like, oh, finally, some love. And so that's why it was, like, for me, equally traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, because it was like, oh my God, this is what it's like at a radio show, you know. And so that was like, that sticks in my head
Yeah.
as a huge learning experience. Kind of just to stay humble and
Yeah.
just do your best no matter what.
That's an awesome story. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're gonna have to outdo that, me.
Well, I mean, mine.
She's like, ditto.
No, I don't. I have a lot of memories, and I think there's
They're
a
not
lot-
repressed.
No, there's a lot of shows that
No
stand
wine
out.
needed.
One that was my favorite is I think it was Portland. Was it Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Their arena.
Yeah.
And IMX was doing the show. This is the first time I ever saw IMX, and they were raunchy. They were like getting down on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
it was a fun show. It
immature.
was such a fun show. The crowd was amazing. Like, we were just vibing off the crowd. There was so much energy during the show. And I liked this particular performance because we actually did our own little mini photo shoot in the locker room.
Right.
And I don't have the photo anymore, but Curtis made like
Curtis,
these
you have it?
posters out of him, and we're all in like the little lockers, and we're all having like we all
Like
had different
perfect.
pose. It was awesome, and it was just like we were just messing around. And I forgot who took the photos, but they came out so good that we turned them into posters.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
Do you still have them?
Yeah,
I don't know, where are they?
Curtis is
I want
nodding his
one,
head
Curtis.
yes.
Right?
That is
want
I
one.
want
gold.
the original
I know, I
photo
don't
back.
have any of them
I
anymore.
gave him
I don't
all
have
my
any.
film.
So, yeah, there you have it. And as far as like being able to be on tour, and obviously you're mentioning the female groups and so forth. Obviously, you guys are beautiful women. The guy groups, guy artists out there, they're like eyeing you. How do you deal with that, especially when, hey, yeah, let's go out or whatever. Let me get your number. Talk about those experiences, or kind of not really,
No, I mean,
or is
we
this
would do
repressed
our-
memory?
No, I feel
That's memory.
No, really, we were all about the biz. Like we would go out there,
Yeah.
do our thing, we'd do our show, we'd maybe sign some things afterwards, and then we'd go home.
Right, right.
Or to our hotel. Like we didn't do
Marie
all
has
that
some
crazy
stories.
stuff.
Yeah,
apparently.
Marie
No, 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 I don't have a
seems
story,
like
I have a fact. Like actually, at one
Fact.
point,
It's a scientific fact.
Actually, at one point
Let's
we were
go.
all taken, and so it was actually easy to handle these people, these admirers. You know, if they got aggressive, like, "Oh, let me get your number." Like, I
Yeah.
think we're made for each other.
well, let's
it
do a
was-
single.
you know, I guess have some coffee sometime. You know, it was easier that way because we already had someone in our lives. So I think at that point it was like easy to say no. You know, I forgot what we said exactly,
Gotcha.
but it was just easier to kind of
But all you ladies were in relationships
Actually,
at
we
the
had
time.
bouncers
At one point,
too.
yeah, at
I
one
think
point
the
we all
bouncers
had
helped, like our
significant-
security guards.
What?
We had security, like an entourage.
Or I would
people
ignore them.
That would kind of
You had security on tour,
Yeah.
like from Kamikaze that would
Yeah.
be on tour constantly.
Yeah.
Damn, Curtis, you got a nice budget there being able to handle that.
I mean, they were friends too.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you should really be asking Monica that question because she got flowers, she got love letters.
Wow. Did you get anything else besides that?
Some jewelry.
Well,
Some-
because essentially when
That's a
you,
repressed memory.
she pleased the fifth, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, touring is something that, are you guys looking forward to that once everything starts blowing up again with the song?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
mean, I think that we need to get out there and do some stuff. I mean, I know now you can go on YouTube, you can put things on the internet, but there's something just more special about being in person, being live.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'd love to do like an intimate acoustic thing. Like, it doesn't have to be these huge shows, but just somewhere simple.
Oh,
where
just
we
like
could really
back in the day,
showcase-
MTV Unplugged.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Ye-
what I'd love to do.
There you go. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a band member out there wants to back up, One Voice, hit us up. That's for sure.
True story.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Slam Show. We have One Voice, Bay Area recording artists, and we're just enjoying this. We're loving it. Every moment is just incredible. And I just want to get into the brand new track called Remedy. We're going to play that right about now and just vibe on it for a little. This is brand new by One Voice, Remedy,
Listen up.
coming at you. You guys can sing along with it if you want.
Dealing with a heartbreak, it's causing you a body ache. I can be a band-aid more than a Gatorade. Take away the haterade. I'll be your love
Who is this?
doctor.
Is it Monica?
It's okay, boy, I got
Yes.
you. She didn't care about you, wanna be around you, boy, I'm all about you. I can make you feel good. You better know I could. Feed your hunger, love you longer, make you stronger. I can be your medicine. Open up, boy, let me in. Like Olivia Pope, I'll fix it if you just come to me. When you're feeling lost, when you're feeling blue, you can't see, you can't think something's wrong. I'll take away the pain. I can be the cure.
Little world over there.
Won't you come to me? My remedy is love.
What the world needs today is love.
Yeah, big round of applause. That's Remedy, brand new track by One Voice. Now, who wrote that?
James Early, the great.
They're great.
The man, the myth, the
The man.
legend.
Now, as far as the type of sound that you wanted to do now, today, who decided on that? Did you have any input, or did James, the producer, say, all right, this is what's going to work?
We talked about it with him. You know, he wanted to represent us as we are now and not, you know, replicate the same sound that we did from when we were younger, because you
Yeah.
know, we've grown, we're different, we've experienced, we've lived a little, right?
You think so?
Kind of.
Or he didn't even want to
I'm not
replicate
gonna
what's
you know.
out right now. He
Ye-
wanted us to have our own sound,
Right, right.
which is what I think he always brings out the best in us, and I think that he matched it perfectly.
Yeah.
And what I like about this this project is that a lot of what we're doing is very uplifting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's positive.
Inspirational,
Yes.
you know.
That is the word.
Yes.
When you hear that track, it's like you feel alive, and I think that's the direction. It still has that current mainstream vibe, pop vibe, Nick Jonas sort of feel, but it works. So much props to James for making it happen.
Thank you.
I know we're going to get up-tempo remix of it sooner or later. I might have to do
Is
it.
that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna
hey,
get you on that.
hey, I'm just
Okay.
going to keep quiet on that. When it comes out, it comes out.
Surprises.
And yeah, exactly. But
We
it's going
have
to
your
say
word now. It's recorded.
it's live, and yeah, I have to come through. Took 20 years to do it, but Curtis finally got me a cappella. I love it. I love it. And now that it's just basically you guys, because there were two other members, do you feel that there's like a certain harmonic like loss there, or something you have to work through, or just you three could make it happen just as effective?
It's a challenge, but we're having fun with it. You know,
Yeah.
we were
Going from like 5 to 3.
Marie's getting creative over here. Right.
What are you talking about?
We were hanging out yesterday and we're trying to figure out, okay, so if we do this song and we perform it, which parts are we gonna sing? Because there's just so many different ways you can throw in harmonies and how you perform, and
And you're talking about the past tracks, right?
all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the songs that we like to perform, it's like, okay, so now we're missing a couple people. How do we pull this off with, you know, just the three of us? And so it's a challenge, but it's fun. I mean, because that's what we like to do. We like, part of why we got into this is because we love messing around with the music. We love finding parts. We love finding new harmonies, and that's what makes part of the production so fun for us. Is because that's just what we love to do.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. The whole creative process is really important. And you guys are much
Recording
older.
was so fun.
Yes.
Recording was fun because we got to put in our 2 cents about the harmonies and
Yeah.
what we wanted to sound like and how many parts of harmonies we wanted. And I think that's where we get carried away in the studio. So when we're out on stage, we can only pick 3 of our most favorite harmonies
Yeah.
because there's just 3 of us. But no, it still sounds full because Marie is like dynamic.
What?
Like she'll sing bass in one line and then go up to alto and then go back to bass and then up to soprano.
For real?
It's like, what are you doing? What?
A moving melody.
Yes.
He's like, I could do
She
that?
fills it in. She fills it in
I'm
real
that amazing? Thank you. But yeah, as far as you guys' maturity in the business, what are you seeing now that you feel, wow, it's going to be an extra challenge than it was before?
You know, I don't think that it's going to be an extra challenge. I feel like it's just going to be a lot more fun. I mean, back when we were, I guess, on our 3rd album, maybe. Do you remember Napster?
Of course.
Right?
Well, who didn't bootleg off that?
all the bootlegging that was going on back then, I felt like that was like such a challenge for us, and it was very difficult for us to kind of overcome how the music business was changing and how the internet was changing music. And I feel like there are so many different artists now and opportunities that have come forth, especially for independent artists. You know, just being able to be found on YouTube, right? Or, I mean, you do one hit. What was that girl? Carly Rae Jepsen, right?
Yeah.
She did that one song, and Justin Bieber gave her props, and all of a sudden she blows up, right? So there's so much communication, so much love, especially in the industry. I feel like it's just going to be fun.
Gotcha.
I think the only challenge would be like amongst us being able to get together because we have vastly different schedules. You know, 2 of these.
As far as being able to
Just
cut
to
the
get
album.
together- yeah, and to get together and rehearse, you know, or even when we recorded these songs, the recent songs we did, we all went in at different times. We were never there at the same time. So it's a matter of just getting together, actually.
So this is pretty rare having you 3 here. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Start
we at the
using
Slam Show feel very privileged for this opportunity.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's nothing new. Like, this is how we worked back then.
Yeah.
You know, we would sync schedules, find time, make the time, even if it was at like 10 p.m. at night, rehearsing till like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Shoot, we'll have you come back on the Slam Show at 3 a.m. How's that? With wine.
Whoa.
This will be the Slam Show after hours, ladies and
You should come
gentlemen.
here hungover. I'm kidding.
Whoa,
I'm
then,
just kidding.
then those repressed memories will definitely come back. That's for sure. And as far as music video, what is that in the discussion for Remedy or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring back the guy from the when I think about
When you.
when you think about video?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't have his number anymore. Do you? I'm just kidding. I
Yeah,
know
how'd you
that.
guys decide on that whole like concept for
Well, it was
that?
our managers that picked that.
It was like,
picked him
hey,
out.
what are you doing? Okay, come on, let's make a music video.
We didn't meet him until the day of the set,
really,
so
we didn't
Gotcha.
yeah.
And the whole like visuals and stuff like that, you guys had input on it, or they already had it mapped out?
I think we knew what our wardrobe was gonna look like,
Mhm.
and we kind of had an idea of what the set would look like, and all we worked on really was our choreography. So we showed up and we met the whole, what do you call it, the
Production team?
production team,
The
and
video crew.
yeah,
Yeah.
it all came together.
I mean, that was
really
our first
nicely.
music video.
Right,
Right?
right.
Like, we had no background or experience on what
Mhm.
was supposed to happen,
Yeah.
you know?
And when you see the steps and everything, it's like, okay, cool. You're making it happen. And Sex-
It was interesting trying to or attempting to just sing in front of the video, like just be yourself. Like
Rock Rage, drop when you think about me real quick, please.
Oh.
Yeah. Bring back memories. Whose voice is that? The beginning.
Oh, it's Amy.
Now, when you guys perform this again, who's going to do that part?
Me. Not me.
You want to do that part? You can be part of it.
What part? The speaking part?
Beginning.
Damn right I'll be, Curtis. I'm already in.
He'll do it.
So, all right, Rock Rage, cut it. Let's go ahead and roll with it. You guys have been working on it. Let's hear the One Voice a cappella special here on the Slam Show. Take it away.
Do you want me to start first or you want me to?
We got it. What do you think about me? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
When you think-
Oh
Do it
my
again.
God.
We're ready to go.
That's okay.
One,
That's okay.
2.
What do you think about me? Do you think about us? Falling in love? Do you want to get with me, with me? What do you think about me? Do you think about us? And making love? Do you want to get with me, with me?
When you think about me,
Tell me, do you think about me? Oh my God.
Breathtaking.
I love the clapping over there.
Oh my
Thank you,
goodness.
guys.
Oh my goodness. That was real here on the Slam Show, a cappella. And yeah, you guys got it. Not still got it. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Too kind. Too kind.
we had trouble counting in the beginning, but we made
Hey,
it.
like because Monica says, "Is this live? Because if we mess up, can we re-edit?" Like, sorry, you're gonna have to do it. And that's the thing about the Slam Show. Everything is straight up live. I'm gonna fuck up. Everyone's gonna fuck up. Who cares? It's just the way it goes, and that's what people like the show. Is that it's just very organic, and we just roll with everything. So, when it comes down to it, you guys are ready for making this whole thing happen. As far as like being able to go on tour again and being partnered up with certain artists, is there any particular artist that like, wow, that's equivalent to a Destiny's Child, a 98 Degrees back then, but today's main guys?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
See, and this
I,
is test.
I have to admit, I haven't thought about that.
See?
Because I envision
See, I'm kinda
ourselves
test-
standing on our own.
You know what? I'm kind of testing you because it
out
shows
right
if
now,
you've been kind of like on top of the mainstream music scene. So it's
But who would we want to hang out with? That's the question. Or
well,
perform
see,
with.
you could bring back Beyonce because she's like connected with in the past, maybe
She's
with
like-
her.
Honestly, I personally would love to work with all the other Filipino artists out there. Say Bruno Mars. You know,
There you go.
right?
Yeah. that's a
Even
good one.
Nicole Scherzinger. She's
Leia
She's like-
Salonga.
I think she's doing Broadway right now, huh? Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls.
That's right.
I think she's
Right.
she's doing Broadway.
How about any real Filipino singers like Leia Salonga?
dude. I
Oh,
love
she's
her.
still-
I would be fangirling so hard if we got.
Is she
to meet
still in the
her.
mix? What is she doing?
She's like hosting like the equivalent to America's Got Talent over in the Philippines.
I did
Oh,
see
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
see
when you have the Filipino channel, you get to see all that. crap. I'm sure. But yeah, that's cool. And like you said, May, as far as being able to stand on your own, that's part of it. Being able to tour and fill up like large arenas and stuff like that. As far as other like Bay Area artists back in the day, who would you have liked to bring out of retirement now and just roll with?
All of them. Oh my gosh. That would be so
Wow.
much fun.
Who? You're
That-
asking who? I think
yeah.
of Simple because, I mean, I just really like their stuff from back in the day, and they just.
Then you're going to have to
harmonize
talk to
very-
Jocelyn because her husband is
Yeah.
the
I
lead singer.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
And
believe
we
his name
all
is
know-
Elaine.
Yes, Elaine. Yes, we do, and we're friends with them. I mean, I haven't talked to them in a while, but
Yeah.
I mean, Mark is out in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of them are amazing singers. And
Yes.
I think just having a vibe session like that, we could make really great music.
There you go. Well, there's a call out for Simple to
about
get their
you,
asses back in
Marie?
the studio.
No, I'm thinking of 6 Day because I like how they got together. It was like, part of Kai, part of Drop in Harmony.
That's right.
That's like, that'd be awesome.
6 Day.
That's
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go.
Those guys.
And I'm starting to sense that you rather tour with the male groups. Any female groups that are from the Bay that,
Ooh, man.
besides the Jocelyn's and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, we'd love to have Panay on board.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, see, and that-
we
and
look
that's the
up to
thing.
them.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's funny that you're bringing up Pinay because a lot of people back in the day kind of got confused.
Yes.
They were, and that's
People are still confused.
it's like,
'Cause there's-
and it would come not from the main fans like myself and people in the industry, but like the novice fans. They would just get confused as fuck. It's like, oh, that's Pinay? And it's no. That's
we are
that-
Panay technically.
That's right.
But
Yeah. So I could certainly understand the confusion with that. How do you work through it, or is it like it just comes with the territory?
it comes with the territory,
yeah.
and we just kind of just shrug it off. Like there's no offense taken. We just say no.
I mean, we're cool with them. We're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we know them. We're friends with them. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because as far as age, you guys are a little bit younger.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be a incredible
I mean,
show.
they
That would
were
be
our
fun.
idols. I remember singing in
Street Jam.
Street Jam.
Street Jam, there you go.
Okay, and they did
Now
the
that-
national anthem, and I remember
Oh,
just like
yeah.
our jaws were dropped and our eyes were wide, and we're like, "Oh my god, that was just dope!"
Yeah.
Like, how can we do
Like,
that?
perfect.
They were definitely our idols before we even released any music as a group. So, I mean,
And that's when
big
you were
ups
like
to
13,
Pinay.
right?
We loved them.
yeah, we have
We
to.
wanted to be like
date
them.
it.
Did you guys ever do the national anthem?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
What were the
did.
places? I'm sorry I missed that. Is it on YouTube? Because I want to view it.
Well,
we might not even.
we
have a
did
video
the
of us, huh?
Warriors a lot
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. We did like a A's game.
We did a
one
Houston
time.
I
Rockets
don't
game.
even remember that.
There you
Did
go.
That was
Houston
fun.
Rockets.
I think we met
Um,
Patrick Ewing at one of those
We
games.
did. He
And
was
Sean
trying to
Kemp.
holler at Melissa.
Ooh, Sean Kemp.
Do you guys take
I
pictures?
shook their hands.
I don't have the photos. I don't
No,
know
probably
what
not.
happened there.
What happened?
I was not.
Did it
very
just
good at
go with the ex's belongings, or how'd that happen? Just
That's probably
No,
what
they
happened.
were somewhere.
they burned.
That's not far too far.
No, the national anthems were fun though, because
Yes.
Yeah.
we did our thing. We got up there, and then we get to enjoy the game afterwards. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so
We
we
always
would
had a good
sing,
time.
and then we get seats, and then we would lose our voices like yelling during the game, just, especially
It's
the
just
referees.
it's just amazing how you get all these perks, whether it's the limousine rides or.
I
now-
really like the parking situation at the.
Oh, I bet. I mean, that's just like wow.
because
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
That was fun.
You guys kind of put that together if you want out there, ladies and limo and the ladies. That's the visual. Think about that. So yeah, as far as what I was kind of envisioning, as far as what you guys, who you guys want to perform with, bingo, you hit it right on the dot. And it's really tough now in terms of being able to get these guys back into the studio because once again, you guys have the inspiration and the enthusiasm to want to get back out there because there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into not just making the music in the studio, but the performances,
You're right.
doing shows like this.
There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
So it just has to hit a point in your guys' lives that, hey, we could do it and we could do it and focus and make it successful. Plus, you have to have a great backing as far as a record label. And Kamikaze has been, bar none, one of the very best here in the Bay Area. And I'm sure Curtis likes that compliment big time. He's smiling back
He's
there.
smiling.
And he stays out the limelight. I mean, his fucking Facebook has no picture of anything. It's like, who the hell does this guy look? And I had to really dig deep because this is actually the first time we met officially.
What do you look
Unless
like?
we met before. Did we ever meet before, Curtis? Never, right? Yeah, see, so it was always discussions over the phone. Oh, I'll get you the 12 inches, whatever. Hang up. But as far as meeting, this is the first time, and I still didn't know how he looked like. He needs to update his Facebook because there's just freaking the silhouette, the crazy blue silhouette. That's his photo. Just keeps it unknown.
See ya. Mystery.
So, in say 3 to 5 years, where do you foresee One Voice at? Grammy podium? What? Talk about it.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said 5 years. It gives you that time to kind of like reach for it. So think about it real quick because Curtis is going to make it happen.
He will. Yep.
So go ahead, Monica.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
Get busy.
in 5 years, I want to be putting out like a second or third song that's still on the radio.
Okay.
I don't want to be another one-hit wonder. I want to be able to
There's
put
nothing wrong with
something out.
put to you this way. There's nothing wrong with being a one-hit wonder.
There is.
because
I didn't say there is anything wrong, but my point is, I just would love for our music to be out there and inspiring people and all the young artists to, teaching them to follow their dreams. We've been doing this since we were 15, 16 years old. So anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we want to take it as far as it'll go.
And I'm sure you've
God willing.
I'm sure you've already inspired like some of those like 6-year-old, 7-year-old people that wanted autographs back in the day, and now they're all grown. It's like, wow, my
Yeah.
inspiration was those ladies.
Yes. It's pretty
So-
crazy.
So, Marie, what's your focus on to the future?
I think right now, just putting out quality music,
Mm-hmm.
kind of creating a bigger fan base, creating more supporters and followers, evolving, being on the same page. Because when we were together, when we were really young, it was kind of challenging in the sense where there would be months or years where we were never on the same page. So for me, I just hope that we're always on the same page. In the next 5 years, we have the same goals, same inspiration, and we just want to put out great music and inspire people.
Simple enough.
Yeah.
Cool. May?
Yep.
It's pretty much in line with what Marie said. I just 3 to 5 years. My hope is for us to just still be making music together, just pumping out music, doing shows, performing, just being relevant in the industry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
even if we don't win a Grammy, at least maybe we can attend the Grammys.
There you go. Yeah. Pull up in the limo. No parking issues whatsoever.
Champagne.
Exactly.
That's not what we're focused on. We're focused on the
No.
music.
Yeah, because if you have great music, all those accolades will come afterwards. Now, did you guys ever tour the Philippines?
No. But we would love to
Really?
go. We'd love to go.
Really?
We were on the magazine, the cover of a magazine.
Which one?
Which
FHM?
one was it called?
Filipinas.
Filipinas, yeah.
That's
we did
awesome.
make the cover of Filipinas.
I was like,
but
why
we
are we
never
not?
went to
How come we're
Philippines.
not
Do you have a
traveling
copy?
there?
I don't have a copy of that.
Curtis, do you have a copy?
Filipinas, the magazine they were.
Dr.
Can you-
Mark out
I
in
probably
Vallejo
gave it
had
away.
it.
find
I
it
bet
on
you our,
Google?
My
I bet
dentist,
your
he
parents
had
have
a
it
copy and
somewhere.
I took it.
If anyone out there
Everyone
wants to
took
get-
those dental magazines like, oh, they're going to throw this away.
I'll buy you a drink if you send me a copy.
So that's odd because you would think with all the publicity back then, you would actually
have gone.
gone to the Philippines to do one show
There
over
were
at Mega
talks
Mall or
about
something.
It. There were talks about it. I think we had all their priorities, and it kind of just got pushed to the back burner.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were
you guys
just-
would have been like treated like the Beatles there. That's for sure. Because I know that Johnson performed over in the Philippines, and it was weird because a buddy of mine actually was going to school at the time, went to the Mega Mall, the big super mall over
Mega
in
Mall.
Manila, wherever, and there was flyers everywhere.
In Manila.
Is it Manila?
I don't know. I've only been there once.
I'm not sure, but it's the Mega
I
Mall,
might have
the
gone.
super
Yeah.
big one. And there were flyers everywhere saying Johnson is performing here, blah, blah, blah. He was excited because he's from the States, and he's like, oh, this is a great opportunity. So he goes there, and it's just thousands of people just congregated into the central area of the mall. And Jocelyn's just belting out her tracks, and it was just like, cool. And he's like, yeah, I'm from the States, see me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So-
definitely that would be really nice. I'd like to take my kids there.
There you go.
Yeah.
You never been to the Philippines?
I was 2 years old the last time I was there.
Really?
Yes.
Have you?
So
I have.
it'd be really nice.
Just twice, actually.
Just
Like recently?
Recently, yes,
Recently.
Boracay specifically, and then
Oh, you went to party over at the island.
kind of, and then, and then no comment. I'm kidding. 2005, I went in November with my parents. The cool season. It was a great experience. 3 weeks. I thought it would be a lot hotter, but because it was November, it was actually tolerable. So yeah, it was cool.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you may.
I've never been.
Are you
My
serious?
parents don't love me.
But we're going next.
Wait a second. You guys,
going-
you guys are
I
sisters.
know, you know, what's so funny.
Exactly, they leave me behind.
You know, it's so
That's
funny.
fucked up.
Our brother, my he's the middle child. He went before I did with my parents, like years before that, and then I went years after that. But then we're planning on going next year for our grandma's 100th birthday.
That's great.
Yes. So before, when they would plan these trips, it was when we were on tour,
Gotcha.
right?
I think
Gotcha.
they
So you're
purposely did that.
Yes.
Though.
Yeah. So we had a lot of going on.
awesome. You got to go, May. Seriously.
I'm going next.
She's going next year.
Okay. Did you guys already book your tickets and everything? They're like $600 right now.
I'm planning it. I'm
Ooh.
planning it out.
Yeah, that's really cheap for a round trip over in the Philippines. That's for sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out the show with our shouts and plugs, and let's start at the back end with May. Any special thanks?
I want to thank you specifically for inviting us and having us on the show. Thank you so much for everybody who's backed this project. Curtis, Kamikaze Records, and DJ, and James Early for just working his magic and getting us motivated to just get this project going. Absolutely. And thank you to May and Monica.
Thank you.
They're
for
like,
making
we're-
time.
Because there's no One Voice without you guys.
Right on,
And
right
I love
on.
you.
Love you too.
Marie?
I have a list.
Whoa. Do you have a Band-Aid on?
No, not at all.
What the heck? You're a little...
That's her cheat sheet.
Really? I'm just like...
I want to thank Monica and May, Curtis, DJ, you, and our lovely videographer over there. Hi.
Lovely.
Hi.
Rock Rage.
Thank you.
You are lovely,
For
Rock
the
Rage.
camera work. No, really, thank you all for making this happen.
You're welcome.
It's been fun.
Yes.
And
I know
everyone
there's a
else-
lot more that you girls want to talk about, but we'll leave that on your return appearance. How's that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Sounds good.
Good. Continue, Marie. I didn't
Oh,
mean
no, I was
to
gonna say
interrupt
thank
you.
for
So-
everyone that's watching and who has been a fan of ours since the beginning.
Since they were
And-
12.
Yes, exactly. And we look forward to putting out new music, and we hope you like it. And thanks again.
Yes.
Awesome. Monica?
They covered everybody.
Ditto, ditto, ditto.
Thank you, God.
There you go.
I don't know. It's just, it's amazing how we came together, and it's as if nothing has changed. There's just this chemistry between us, and, we have a gift that we get together. It comes natural, and we love and respect each other. I think that's the most important thing. So yeah, shouts out to everybody that they just mentioned, but also to my kids, Ava and Evan. I love you, and I miss you guys. Come home soon, please.
Awesome. And your social media handles, let's back up
Good
to
question.
me.
I wrote this down.
Oh, man. Oops.
Because your fans want to know.
All right.
Or just keep plugging the kamikaze one to Curtis will like that.
So Facebook, we are One Voice on Facebook.
Okay. Spelling?
I think it's spelled the correct way.
Yeah.
I think it is.
So the I is a one.
O-N-E-V-O-1-C-E.
Yes.
Yeah.
So O-N-E space, capital V-O-1-C-E.
Yes. And Instagram, we are Ladies of One Voice with O-N-E-V-O-1-C-E as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, you guys have to kind of like get your weight up on that, I
I
think.
gotta think about Twitter. I forgot the handle. I'm sorry. I know. I'm dropping the ball here.
See, everyone is like, all right, we're having a hard time on Google with One Voice. Now we have to narrow it down to where they are. So it's all good. Continue. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Is there more? I don't know.
Well,
Facebook,
do you want your
Twitter,
personal ones
Instagram.
out?
And IG?
Yeah, Instagram, Ladies of One Voice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your
Yes.
personal?
May
I have one.
I don't have one either.
But no,
You guys are
everybody
so
should-
damn secret about it.
remember.
Hilarious. I don't have one. Wait, I
not.
just added you. Oh, fine. That's cool. It's all One Voice
I mean,
kamikaze.
what?
Yes.
And
Facebook.
Facebook.
That's the way to reach us. We'll get it.
Facebook.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's the best way.
No Snapchat. No nothing like that.
Told you about. We had this conversation.
I have not jumped on that bandwagon yet because I feel like it'll take up most of my day. The Snapchat.
You know what'll take
People
up most of your
are
day? That is that
addicted.
Pokemon
Pokemon,
Go
yeah,
crap.
I think
Yeah.
And kill you apparently. I'm just kidding.
Are you guys playing that?
Nope.
No way.
All right. Good.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about this the other day. The benefit is that you have to move. You have to get up and go outside, and you actually have to
Yeah.
be active.
Yeah.
But I mean, people do it when they're driving. What if you get hit by a car?
It's
like when
just-
you're walking the
Someone
street.
has gotten hit by a car.
Oh,
People have fallen off a cliff.
sorry about that.
It's really funny because on the way to get Rock Rage on the main street, there was a bunch of kids that were just walking back and forth. And I know for a fact they were playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
You could just tell. And because they weren't there before.
I mean, I can imagine kids having birthday parties and just everyone playing Pokemon Go.
Right.
And that's how they interact the whole time. And then they blow out the candle and the birthday cake, and then they go back to Pokemon Go. It's like it's just
You know
crazy.
you know what's crazy? This is going to launch. Another set of developers are going to come up with the same
Oh my
GPS
goodness.
concept that's
Yeah.
going to outdo Pokemon Go, and it's just going to keep going forever
Yep.
because it's just working.
And I feel like I'm jumping into it late because I remember going on my Facebook page, the news feed,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone's commenting on Pokemon Go, having cocktails named after Pokemon. I'm like, what did I miss? It's like, I thought Pokemon's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Why is it getting
Yeah.
popular now?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's been like maybe 2 weeks tops,
Crazy.
and yeah, it's really
Are
gone viral.
you-
Brought
You're
back,
on it.
brought
No,
it
hell no.
back.
Hell no. I'll
Curtis?
be honest with you.
DJ.
Rock Rage is playing it right
Yeah,
now.
you have to be moving.
Yeah,
you
he
have
does play games behind there. Believe me, I caught him like, oh, okay, but it's not Pokemon Go. At least I hope it's not. All right, I'll go ahead and close out the shouts and plugs. I'd like to thank you, lovely ladies, May, Marie, Monica. Thank you very much for taking the time to come on the program, being
Thanks
such
for having us.
such great sports
Thank you,
and being
everyone.
very candid. DJ and Curtis behind the scenes, thank you very much for being able to hang out. And hopefully on the ladies' return trip, we'll be able to scoot some space over so you could be seen on camera. If you no. Curtis like, I'm keeping the fucking silhouette on Facebook forever. He's just a badass like that. I'd like to thank Rock Rage that's doing the board stuff, making it happen.
Yeah.
Because Rock Rage makes my job so much easier, and I love them to death for that.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that's out there that's on Facebook Live, I think it just stopped because it reached a certain limit, and it's all good because it is archived, so they could watch the feed again, as well as the actual broadcast on Ustream, and see everything from the very beginning. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Kinders from Martinez, for hooking up the good eats. Ladies, you ain't taking all the food home because I need
All
to
of
take
it.
some.
Just
So
most of it.
you're too funny.
Just kidding.
And shouts out to the rest of the co-hosts, Lady Sage, Joe Time, Captain Fantastic, Mike Ill, Dr. L, and all the sponsors and affiliates that make the whole Slam Show happen. Without them, there is no Slam Show. All right, guys, that does it for this episode. Again, be sure to follow me at I Am Slammin' on all social media outlets. All right, until next time, we'll see ya. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.